What's up, guys? It's me, Clarence, again for the third time, I think in one day. I think in one day? No, in one day. It's the third time today, one day. So, this time I'm not bringing you a stupid vlog type thing, a stupid little rant crap. I'm going to be doing a review on the Blackberry Bold 9000. So the first pro I actually found about it was the nice screen. The screen is the same resolution as the iPhone screen, and what made it so nice was you all know that the iPhone screen is actually really nice. So what I liked about it was that since it was a smaller screen, and you see the iPhone screen, it was about half the size of the iPhone screen. And what I liked was that since it was smaller, the pixels were more compact. And since they were tighter, you could hardly see any pixelation at all, and it was very, very smooth. Very nice graphics. If there were good games on there, I'm sure it would have great graphics on the games and everything. The second pro I completely found, just off the top of my mind, was it had a very nice 4-row QWERTY keyboard. It wasn't the easiest thing to type on in the world, but I've used other QWERTY keyboards on phones and stuff, and it wasn't hard to type on, but it wasn't easy to type on either. I liked how they felt and how they kind of bounced when you pressed down on them. So it was an alright keyboard. I'm not going to say it was the best, but it was nice. Next is it's easy and it's powerful. The interface is just, it was one of the fastest phones I've used on top of like the iPhone. I think the iPhone's the fastest I've actually used, but this Blackberry came in a good second. In fact, probably could even tie. If I had it, I would do a nice little speed test, but I don't have it, so kind of can't. Next is it was really reliable, worked well, didn't mess up too much. It was okay, but it was very reliable when it came to like business oriented stuff. Tasks, it was easy to set up. Email was amazing. Web browsing was okay. What I really liked was it had a very loud speaker, so ringtones came in clearly. I could hear the phone across the room. Very nice, very good. When I'm using the iPhone, once again I'm going to compare. The iPhone's really quiet. Unless I have it vibrating in my pocket, I'll usually miss a call, miss a text, miss an email, because the speaker's just not the loudest thing in the world. And I think they could have done better on the speaker on any of the iPhone models. Next was Edge was really fast. Faster than 3G. 3G was still fast, but I don't have 3G out here, so it was hardly ever that I got to use it. But the Edge was really, really fast. I've used many phones with Edge. Since I live out here at my house, that's all I ever hardly run on is Edge. And it was the fastest Edge network I've ever used, which was surprising since it's still on AT&T, just like every other phone I've had. Another thing was I really liked the customizable side keys. Not much to say about it, but there was one on this side, on the left side, one on the right side. You could customize them to any application, any setting, any place, any menu, anything you'd like to set them to. Had a very long battery life. Not as long when talking, but very long just in standby. Just using apps. Very good battery. Better than the iPhone battery. Had really good reception. One of the best phones I've used in my house. I've used many phones in my house, actually, and this one was probably the best reception. Pretty much anywhere. I could have 1 bar of signal and it would be great. Next was it had a camera flash. Even though the flash wasn't the best thing in the world and it really didn't help out on pictures, which I'll get to in the cons, it was good to have one. Kind of came in handy for a light too, on some apps. Had video recording. That's that. It had video recording. And it had Java apps. Since it was ran on Java, you could actually get third-party apps from, well, third-party developers and pretty much get any Java app you wanted. And also, to top it all off, the phone could hold up to a 16 gigabyte SD card. So, a lot of space on there. It already comes with 1 gig built into it. Now let's get to the cons of the device, actually. It didn't have as many cons as it did have pros, so let's just go ahead and get them over with. Now the first thing was even though it has a nice keyboard, a good looking keyboard, a good QWERTY keyboard compared to a lot of others. It was hard to type with, kind of hard to type with. I have said in other videos it was easy to type with, and then I've confused other people by saying it was hard. Well, it was kind of hard to type with, because the keys were so close together. And I wasn't used to the keys being so close together. Before I got rid of it, I got so used to it, it was easy to use. So you can get used to it, it can become a normal habit, and it can become better. That's just what I think. Next is I noticed that the screen easily scratched. When I got the phone, I don't think there was maybe but one scratch on the whole screen. After sliding in and out of my pocket, after just touching it, I remember before I traded for this iPhone that there was no scratches, except for basically the one and a couple small ones, but none that were noticeable unless you looked under the right light, usually outside in the sunlight. Out of nowhere, it got a scuff. I don't know where. I don't think there was anything in my pocket. It was a clean pair of jeans, and it was annoying. But I don't want a phone that the screen's going to scratch up every time I basically touch it. Didn't like that at all. Next is it had a very, very, very slow boot up, and it had slow Wi-Fi also. Let's go with the boot up. If you have an iPhone, or you've seen videos on iPhones, or you've messed with an iPhone, you know that the boot up time takes forever. Well, if you've seen my other video, the hardware review video on the Blackberry Bold, it took forever for it to boot up. It probably took a good 2 minutes, and the iPhone can take that long sometimes, but I still think this was longer than the iPhone. And also the Wi-Fi is really slow. I would rather, if I was in a 3G area, use the 3G rather than the Wi-Fi. Which, I know you're thinking, why would you do that? Wi-Fi should be fast. My Wi-Fi at home, I use it on my iPhone. Even if the signal bar is down to like one signal bar of Wi-Fi on my iPhone, it's still super fast. On the Wi-Fi on the Bold, it wasn't really fast at all. It was annoying, so I never actually used it, even at my dorms. You know, there's Wi-Fi all over college, still didn't use it. Next is the OS. I don't know if it was the operating system or what it was, but it would freeze occasionally. I'd be using an app, I would be doing something, just typing. I could be typing a text or a tweet or something, and it would just freeze up on me. You'd get this like, well, this wouldn't be called freezing up, but it would just like have to think all the time is what I called it. Because this little clock would come up in the middle of the screen and spin like it was turning on, but it had everything in the background, and it would do that a lot. Or it would just plain freeze up, and I would have to take out the battery and put it back in, which is not good for the device at all. The camera had very bad quality. The pictures were really dark. The video was dark too, and even with the flash, it still was dark. So basically, it did not have a good camera, even for like, I think it was a 2.0 megapixel. Still sucked, had a flash, and still sucked. There wasn't many apps for it, which was expected. I knew that the Blackberry app world did not have that many apps, but I wasn't expecting it to not have hardly any apps at all. I mean, there's a few free ones, but they all pretty much suck, unless it's social networking or something, which, yes, that is all I do, but still, sometimes I do like to have a little bit of fun. That's one reason why I miss the iPhone, is you can pretty much download anything. I can jailbreak it, I can download more, which I might jailbreak again, but that's in the future, not right now. Now, it was not... Another thing that bugged me was I'm a MacBook user, I've been a Mac user, and it was not easy to hook it up to a Mac. You had to buy different software, do all that stuff. It sucked. I'm running out of time here, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that the third-party apps froze really easily. That really hurt things. If you have a Blackberry, do not download third-party apps, unless it's like Uber, Twitter, or something, and it's very popular. The phone gets a little bit warm on the back, not a big problem. And when the SD card is in, the higher up the gigabytes, the slower the phone is. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe to my videos. Check out my giveaway. Let me know on some of my other videos about a vlog channel or something, whatever. So peace, love, reviews, and you guys have a great night. I think this might be my last video for the night. Number 3, so alright, bye.